a peach momoko.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah. You probably saw it or you've seen it already. So I'm gonna just put it out here. So this is my published cover of peach momoko.
Woo! And we're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? Sketch God here, and I am joined by Quavo Comics. Quavo, let them know what's good.
Hey, what's up, man? My name is Quavo Comics. I'm very blessed to be on this show. Sketch God reached out to me and said, "Hey, man, I want to feature you." So, I'm very thankful and I'm excited to showcase my pieces and talk about great art.
That's what we're here for. For those of you who aren't familiar with Quavo, I personally know Quavo from going on some of your other favorite comic YouTube channels and dropping super chats the way Oprah used to drop cars on the audience, and you get a super chat and you get a super chat. Quavo's good like that. But I've had the chance to speak with him, really good dude, and not only a committed collector of comics, but of original art. And he's been open to actually showing us some pieces that he wants to discuss. So thanks again, Quava, for being here. I'm going to give you the big screen.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I want to start off with first piece that got me into OAs. Um, Back in 2018, I reached out to Will's Pistachio uh, because he was attending New York Comic Con, and I first off I never knew that you could do such a thing. So I reached out, and his wife was the one who was facilitating everything. I requested a Weapon X piece, and sure
Mm,
enough, I went to New York Comic Con. I met both of them, which was phenomenal because I grew up around that era with Jim Lee, Wills, Jay Scott, Silvestri, all them guys. So um, this is a piece that actually got me in the big rabbit hole. So this is Return of Wolverine with Weapon
okay.
X Logan. Um, Phenomenal
Nice.
work. You know his style. It's raw, it's rough, but man, you could see like
That
the spit coming out because he's so angry. But yeah, man, this this is the one
that
that
is
launched me.
impressive, man.
Yeah. So I'm super glad to have this piece. Um, I'm very honored to get a piece from Wills, and it's just a lovely piece, man.
And I gotta say, Cueva, very much like myself, he's someone who really fell in love with the hobby back in the early to mid 90s. And Wills Portasio, of course, in the shadow of Jim Lee, and understandably so, but was one of those regular cover artists and interior pencilers that
Right.
made the X-Men the hottest thing in comics. So
Oh
to
yeah.
have that kind of commission, phenomenal. Just an excellent, excellent get. So hats off to you.
Thank
That's
you.
definitely
Thank you.
something that will get somebody back into comics and make them fall in love with OA.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the first one too. I was like, I was surprised. So honored to get that. My next piece is actually um, I was following this artist. His name is Omar Dugan, and I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with him. Uh,
Absolutely.
Man, the guy's a beast, and he got away from Udon um, publications, and he just started doing his own thing. Doesn't take commissions. He just draws whatever he draws, and then he sells it, right? But I've been following him on IG, and I'd message him just to, you know, talk to him, tell him how great his art is and whatnot. And I told him, yeah, one day I'd love to get a piece from you, specifically X23. And he actually reached out to me and says, "Hey, I got this piece coming up. Would you be interested?" And I was like, "Oh man, for real?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm working on it and it's almost done. And so I got this piece um, about yeah end of 2018, and it's of our girl Laura Kinney, X23, on a
Oh
blank
wow.
sketch.
That is amazing. Let me tell you, with Omar, I praised him on IG for his work, in particular with the cats. Really like his Black Cat and Catwoman
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But X23, when we're talking about big two comic characters, I think that she may be the next best character that he draws. He has a lot of phenomenal Laura Kinney covers. So
Oh
to
yeah,
have
he
that in your
does.
collection, that is amazing, man.
Yeah, when he showed it to me, I was floored. I was like, yeah, whatever cost it is, I'll spend. And
And let me tell you, I know Rob's Comics 81 is watching this and he's probably saying to himself, how did Quavo pull that off? Because he's all about trying to come up on some Omar Dogan goodness. So
oh,
that is awesome. Awesome pickup.
I see his stuff too, man. I was like, man, he's the one that got that. So
Yeah,
I got a
Rob
couple
Rob
more,
is on top of it.
but I'll save it for the next show.
Okay. No, that is, listen, if you're not impressed already, I don't know what to tell you because Cueva's come out swinging. We're talking about Will Portasio with a Weapon X that just is jaw dropping, and then Omar Dogan really in his bag, doing, I'd say, one of the top three big time comic characters that he draws.
Yeah,
Uh, an X23 that really captures everything that's appealing about the character. So really nice pickups.
thank you. All right, so next up is another familiar artist. Um, I know you enjoy his artwork. I know Rob does. I know several guys from Nerdvana love this artist, so I might as well just throw him up here as well. Uh, so another piece of X23 by our
Oh,
good artist Jeff DeCal.
oh my gosh. I can't remember which decal sketchbook this is in, but I have that sketchbook and I know I've stared at that piece quite often. And
Yeah,
now
man.
it is something to know that Cueva is the owner of this. Oh my
Now you know
gosh.
where it is.
Oh, that, yeah, that is a stunner. I really feel like Jeff does such a great job with the X-Men. I
Right.
don't know what the holdup is. Marvel, if somebody, I don't care for someone who works in the stock room, if you're watching this, please give Jeff
Yeah,
Decal a
no,
cover run on one of the X titles because he just knocks it out the park with these
he
commissions.
does. He does. I mean, like his technique, right? So his composition, his technique is superb. From the brushstrokes uh, to the small pencil
Absolutely.
sketches and the
Oh,
depth on the eyes, like the guy's a killer. And I had the pleasure of meeting him last year at New York Comic Con. Really humble and nice dude. So
absolutely. Yes. Anytime I've
very
spoken
appreciative.
with him, great experience.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, next up, I have another commission piece. He's an artist. The artist's name is Davey Go. He's based out of Jamaica, and he really popped off. I guess maybe 2 years ago. I know Comic Tom commissioned him for a cover, um, and I saw his style, and I was like, man, that's phenomenal, right? It's all pencil. It's all color pencil. He does all his colors. So um, been frequently talking to him and giving him some ideas. So I have several pieces, but this is one of my favorites, and it's of our boy Miles and Gwen.
Okay.
All color pencil, has the Spider Verse
Really,
Gwen.
really nice work. And if I'm not mistaken, Cueva, because I had heard of Davy Go before, but you're the one who pointed out. I mean, you told me his work is color pencil base, and
Oh yeah.
you see it. But I think that a lot of people may overlook how rare that is when you're talking about comic artists.
Look, so color pencil, it's strictly just straight color pencil, not just like mixed media. Uh, I personally, I think it's a hard technique, especially for comics. And so, what Davey does, he does such a nice blend. Uh, Let me give you a little closer look at her face, right? So you're getting like um Norman Rockwell feels in his shading and coloring.
I see it.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
and the
that's
time that
phenomenal.
for him to take that time, per line just to get it right, cross hatching and everything else. I mean, it's phenomenal. So, um, yeah, I try to get as much commission work from him as possible before he blows up.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because next thing we know, he's gonna do some, store variant for Unknown Comics or someone that
Right.
everybody's gonna say is amazing, and then all of a sudden they're gonna be like, "Oh, doesn't everyone do fantastic work in color pencil like this?" Not really.
No, not
This guy really has set a standard that you don't often see with that particular approach to the medium.
of
Using
course.
colored pencils, not with that precision.
No, it's tough. It's really tough. So, that's someone you guys should check out. Give him a like, give him a follow. Um, he does great work. So hit him up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the work says it all. So
Oh yeah,
really, really nice stuff. Kind of looks like the actress from Riverdale a little bit with the
a little
Gwen
bit. So
sitting there.
right, right, right. No,
I'm
well,
sorry, yo, you go ahead.
actually, he did an X-23 piece for me. Should be on the way. Um, and she's on a couch on a like a love seat, and her facial features look like Aaliyah. Like it's gorgeous, man. So
I
I'll send that to you. I'll show you that later.
I was gonna say, I think I can go for some Aaliyah inspired X-23. That sounds like a
Hey
win.
man, it works. It works.
So no, that sounds like a good one that's on the way.
All right. So
Very
my
cool.
next piece is from Ariel Cologne. Now Ariel's based out of New York. Um, he started getting published last year, so he didn't have any commission published work. I saw his stuff on IG, and again, my approach is, man, I like your art. I'm gonna hit you up. How's it going? Yada yada yada. Are you open to commission? Um, and he did this Daredevil piece, and it's all paint, acrylic paint on on a piece of wood, and it looks phenomenal. And I was like, I reached out to him. I was like, hey, I'm looking to do. I want to get an X-23 from you, and he's like, yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, what's your thought process? What do you want to do? And I told him, I want her lounging on a throne, with like garbs, and uh, relics of her past encounters with other characters. He's like, I got you spot on. So this is what I got. Now it's dark, but
Oh,
it's varnished because if you're in an angle, you could see more better. But this is X-23. You can see she's sitting on a throne with her
that
guards.
looks like fine art, man.
No,
That
100%.
it looks like something like an oil painting from
Yeah,
2 centuries back.
yeah. Oil painting.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
you got Electra's size. Cyclops is a visor, Cap's shield. What else we got here? Got Iron Man's
Yeah,
helmet,
Tony's
Magneto's
right.
helmet. Thor's hammer. Like it's phenomenal.
And this is Ariel Cologne.
Yes, Ariel Cologne. Now he's doing DC work. He got picked up by DC, and it's only a matter of time when he crosses over to Marvel. I mean, look at that. And
Yeah, that's
this thing is hard,
right.
you know.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
So
More
yeah,
than so that I have to now take another look at Ariel Cologne's work.
you
I
got to,
remember
man.
he caught my attention with a few pieces, but it didn't really stick with me in terms of, yeah, this is somebody I need to actually reach out to, possibly for
Right,
commissions or just see what's available. But
right,
that
right.
sold me. That piece there.
Oh man, I'm
Oh my
glad. I'm
god.
glad.
Yeah,
And
no,
see,
that is top notch.
thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And that's the thing too. Like, not not every piece will catch your eye. You know, there'll be like some that just doesn't, you know, you don't feel it, right? So that's fine. But
Right.
there's obviously other pieces that are like, oh man, if they could do it in that sense where it's phenomenal, you know, that style or that character, and you know, you could lean towards that, lean towards their ability to make something that you want, and that's what I do. I mean, I reach out
Absolutely. I mean,
and I speak to these guys.
and I think that's an important point. A lot of times you can see the talent. Like you'll look
Right,
at someone's work and you'll say to yourself, "Oh, there's a lot that's really good here," but it may not strike you in a way where it's, "Hey, this is someone I definitely have to buy OA from, or someone I
right,
need to commission." But sometimes it's just they haven't found their groove yet in terms of preferred
right.
characters or lighting. I've seen make a real difference. Someone like obviously Delato, him working in shadows and with darker colors and shades, it's very different. He's versatile enough to do other things, but when you have those darker um done pieces of
Tones.
art, it's striking in a way that made him a big name, you know?
Yeah,
So depending on where the artist is in their career, they maybe haven't put it all together in a way where they're known throughout the community. But that's
exactly.
why it's so important to hear from other collectors and see some of these things that aren't published to get a better perspective of what that person's capable of.
Right, because one of my favorite artists, his name is DK Ruan, and he started off with
Very talented.
very talented. As you can see, it's my favorite pieces, you know. And
with
he,
good reason.
yeah, shout out to
Absolutely.
DK. You know, he's a great guy. I met him at New York. Very humble dude, but his talent, man, it's phenomenal. It's a a blend of Coipel and Tedesco, and he does interior work. He does cover work, and following him since 2018, his progression got better and better. He kept elevating, and so, I had to snag his stuff before he blew up 100%. So I'm
Very
blessed to.
wise. No, I was just gonna say. I mean, we were talking, backstage, and that was something that came up too. Just timing. The same way I mentioned, when you see an artist's work, given where they're at in their career, if it's in the early stages or there's some kind of transition, the work may not stick with you. Then you see them when things are a little bit more developed, you're suddenly a fan.
Right,
It's very similar when it comes to deciding to make purchases and commissions, because the more someone has kind of put it all together and everyone's raving about them, chances are you're going to pay a premium that if you're a regular everyday collector like Cueva and myself,
yeah,
eh,
yeah. It's tough,
it'll be
man.
tough to really be in that business.
Yeah, because these, once they start getting that spotlight, you get bigger. Excuse me, bigger investors. You got the whales. Just they'll pay whatever amount, and that puts us out of the playing field. But if we could
Yep.
catch these artists in the beginning, you know, notice their talent before anybody else. I'm not saying like we're uh, we got that special sense where we could pick out who's going to be hot or not, but what appeals to us, it always comes down to collect what we love, right? And so whether it's an artist style or how their approach is and their perspectives. I mean, we support these artists any way possible, and we're fortunate enough to have these pieces in our collection and share it with you guys. And
Very
so,
well said.
my last piece uh, is a very special piece. Um, I actually saw it on IG as a published cover, and it's from uh, Comics Pro, a Peach Momoko.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah. You probably saw it, or you've seen it already. So I'm gonna just put it out here. So this is my published cover of Peach Momoko,
Woo!
and this is from Demon Days Blood Feud. It was a Comics Pro variant exclusive. Uh, very, very blessed and fortunate to be able to pick this up. Uh, it wasn't so Peach wasn't notified by Comics Pro that they were going to use this image for their variant. And the moment I saw it on IG, I reached out to Peach and said, "Hey, do you have this piece?" And she said, "Yeah, why?" I go, "I want to buy it because obviously it's my favorite character, X-23, um, but it's also published." And so she's like, "Yeah, I didn't know. It's still available if you want it." And I said, "Yes, please." So that's it.
Oh my gosh. I
So
have to
I had to get
say,
it for.
and the frame job here is amazing. I mean,
Thank
the
you.
piece speaks for itself, but that just accentuates everything great that's happening in the actual art itself.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, you know, the art's there, right? So you want the framing to complement the piece. You can't just throw it on a, just a, Walmart plastic
Any
frame. You
old
want to, hell yeah, yeah, because this is a PC. It's not, uh, for me anyway. It's not like an investment piece to flip. This is something that I'm going to pass down to my son. Well, a lot of these pieces will be, and I want him to cherish them, and I want them to be protected, obviously. So, yep, this is Peach Momoko X-23 from Demon Days Blood Feud #1.
amazing piece of art, well protected and presented by that frame. And if you didn't figure it out already, that was basically Cueva Comics dropping the mic and letting everybody know that he is for real. His collection is eye popping, and it's just been a pleasure having him here with us today. Now, Cueva, before I kind of just throw to like and subscribe, which every
Right,
YouTuber is
right, right.
obligated to do pretty much, stick around for sure, because I do
Yeah.
want to continue to chat with you backstage. But for
Oh, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
who's been joining us, thank you. It is always a pleasure being here with you guys. And hopefully you're enjoying the FDC Collector Profile Series. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and make sure you're with me the next time I bring to you another collector of note. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.